Hey there, Neoformers! I am Bryant Cook, and today we are playing NeoBrand. I am preparing for Star City Games Syracuse this upcoming weekend. I'm about 50-50 on whether or not I'm going to go. I'm also about 50-50 on what I'll actually play. So Neoform or NeoBrand is one deck that I'm considering. This is the deck list. If you are a regular watcher of this channel, I'm probably going to put up a poll after I record Lotus Breach this week, and then you can decide what deck I'll play if I go. A lot of ifs here, a lot of questions, but for now, let's talk about the deck list. So I've been working on this with my very good friend Adam Van Fleet. I was actually the best man at his wedding. Adam's a very good player. He's been on the Pro Tour a handful of times, and Adam's all-time favorite deck in Modern is Griselbrand. That deck might not be that competitive anymore due to endurance. Adam watched my NeoBrand videos and fell in love, has been playing it even more often than I do. That says something. So Adam's been working on this and had a few pretty good ideas that he shared with me. So the first one is going down to one Fortifying draft. It's something I had considered in the past. I have been playing two. I've started testing one and I haven't been bitten that much. Yes, it can hurt. There will be games where you have to pass the turn if you do exile it to your Allosaurus Rider. But with endurance in the deck, and we'll get to endurance in a moment, you could set it up so that way you end the turn with Griselbrand, 4 Riders, and a Heritage Druid in play. From there, you just attack a whole bunch, gain some life, etc. So I've been trying this, and it's been really good. So you might be thinking, well, what if you don't draw your draft because of your deck isn't a divisible of 7? Endurance actually fixes that because it puts a whole bunch of cards on the bottom so you can actually draw through your entire deck, which is pretty nice, while putting more copies of Nourishing Shoal back in. On top of that, endurance adds some flexibility against graveyard decks like Living End. It does a whole lot. It gives you access Griselbrands in case you draw both. You can go to discard one, endurance it to the bottom, and then go off. There's a whole bunch of cool lines that you have access to now. So I feel like playing one endurance in the main deck is pretty nice. So what else changed? Not a whole lot in the main deck, if I'm being completely honest. The main deck has felt pretty stock from here. In the sideboard, you'll notice that there's 0 copies of Leylines. That's 0 copies of Leyline of Sanctity, 0 copies of Leyline of the Void. So Adam had a pretty good point about Leyline of Sanctity, and that is Jund is less than 2% of the modern metagame. That is one of the few decks that plays more than 5 discard spells. Even Death Shadow nowadays plays 4 Thoughtseize, 1 Inquisition of Kozilek. So are you really bringing in 4 Leylines to maybe shut off one of their 5 discard spells? Instead, you can just have Veil of Summer and Pact of Negation for their counter spells as well. These cards are slightly better there. You don't have to open hand them, it's just better. And they're green, which means you can pitch them to your Riders or Nourishing Shoal. Speaking of pitching to Shoal, Colossal Sky Turtle. It's a green card that pitches to Shoal to gain 7. You can find it off Summoner's Pact, which is sweet. But the real reason it's here is that it answers Linvala, Meddling Mage, whatever you've got to do. Colossal Sky Turtle has it. So that's pretty sweet. I think this was a really good find by Adam. In the sideboard, we have Endurance for Living End. All sorts of good stuff. And then I've switched to Beseiju. When I board these in, I'm usually boarding out 4 copies of Turn Timber Symbiosis. You're swapping land for land. One land gives you green cards to pitch to your rider. The other gives you flexibility to beating, weird hate like Pithing Needle or, I don't know, some other card that beats you. But yeah, Grafdigger's Cage. Good example. So Beseiju has that down. That's what I've got. So throughout this video, there will be cards that play up above. Here's the first one. I've uploaded tons of videos on this deck recently. Go check those out if you're interested in learning how to play this deck. If you've never watched NeoBrand before, the basic idea, and I'll give you a quick rundown. You play Allosaurus Rider for free by removing 2 green cards from your hand. You cast a Neoform, you put Griselbrand into play. You draw cards and gain life with Nourishing Shoal. Eventually, you draw your entire library. You play a Mox Amber, a Springleaf Drum to make green mana because this only taps for black. You play a Heritage Druid that taps for 3 green when you have 3 elves. Allosaurus Rider is actually an elf. You play a Thrasta, Tempest's Roar, and then you Fortifying draft it. And then you murder your opponent with a giant angry T-Rex from Jurassic Park. That's the game plan, and I hope you enjoyed the deck tech. I will see you in the first match. Don't go anywhere. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. That said, there's no better way of showing your support than becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks, and we get to keep making combo content. The perks get better and better each level you go up. They also stack. To start off, with our Storm Fan tier, you unlock our private members section of our Discord, which comes with a highlighted user profile and then some awesome badges and emotes for YouTube. Looking for sideboard help? Become a Stormtrooper, our middle tier, for 2 sideboard guides of your deck choice every single month, on top of 50% off donation decks. Did we mention you also get 10% off merchandise from our shop? With our top tier, the Combo Cabal, you get a free donation deck every single month, 15% off merchandise from our shop, early access to private deck lists, and the most valuable perk in my opinion, videos early. That's right, you heard it, early access to all videos. But maybe sweet perk, secret deck list, early access to videos isn't for you, but you'd still like to show your appreciation. Make sure to check out theepicstorm.com/shop for card singles and Storm swag. Please don't forget to use your membership discounts. Finally, if you want to see your combo deck here on this very YouTube channel, make sure to visit theepicstorm.com/donation decks, where all you have to do is attach your TXT file and pick a donation tier. With our Epic tier, you can even join me in a video to showcase your bold brew in person and explain the ins and outs of your strategy. Card availability won't be an issue due to our new sponsor, Card Hoarder. With Card Hoarder, renting is super easy. If you're looking to get into Magic Online, there isn't a better, more affordable solution than Card Hoarder. Fun fact, you can rent the Epic Storm for 7 tickets a week, which is just a great deal. There are many ways you can support us. Just pick whatever is best for you. In the meantime, let's play some Magic. Round number 1. Our opponent started off by revealing a Gigantha the Wellspring. We have Neoform, but unfortunately we also have this Griselbrand. We have some lands, but I don't know. I think we should probably just mulligan. Here we have both the Rider and Evolution, which is nice. I think I'm going to bottom this Zuran Orb. So what we're really looking for here is just enough time to get to turn 3 for Evolution. There's a Saga, okay. I'm not really sure what this is. Okay, so you have a Swiftspear, another Evolution. We need to draw a land. Or the Neoform itself. Saga goes up to 2. Is this just Hammer? Shredder. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Draw. Pass the turn. Alright, so I have to draw a land on this turn if I want to attempt to do anything. They get a cookbook. So it's just Esper. So I've seen this deck previously, but it was always Dimir. It just seems like this person's on Esper. With a Gigantha. So it could be 4 or 5 colors, who knows. You got it. It's the Time Sieve deck. Yeah, good start. Okay. Would really love to draw that land. Take 2 from the Shredder. Draw. Not good. Not good at all. I have to pass. Time Sieve? Does that just beat me here? They have 5/6 power in play. Sure, 1 card in hand. I mean, they can take an extra turn here. Yep. So I'll take 6. I go down to 12. Yep. And another cookbook. Okay. Yeah. So now they get to take another turn. Sure thing, and I take another 6 down to 6. I do have this Nourishing Shoal to gain life. Yep. Are they just at the point where they go infinite? They might be. So they're activating the sieve. Alright, so I can gain 12. They have 0 cards in hand. They untap, they make a food and a clue. Or, it doesn't really matter. And then they do it again. Yeah, I think they've got me. Alright, I'm not going to show them the Thrasta, but I am going to see if our top card was a land. Draw. It was not the land we needed. That game was kind of a bummer. Okay, so I think we probably want the Besagus. Let's bring these in, and we'll board out the Turn Temper Symbiosis. Question is, do we want something like Veil of Summer to stop like Thoughtseize and counter spells? If you do, I think you board out the Serum Visions. I've grown to really like leaving in Abundant Harvest just because it's a green card and the land consistency really helps. As you saw that game, we didn't hit land 3 for the evolution, so I think I'll try this out. And Abundant Harvest does gain a little bit of equity when you're boarding in Besages, just because it helps find them. It's not a guarantee, but it does help. Alright, a chance at redemption, game number 2. Let's see if we can get this one. Hell yeah, keep. This is a turn 1. Sign me up. Our opponent has a pregame effect of revealing their companion. We will also have a pregame effect of revealing a Chancellor of the Tangle. Reveal that Chancellor. Okay, main phase, we get a green. So it does mean that I have to play this land that makes me lose life, unfortunately. Get the Rider, Chancellor, pitch Harvest, and then Neoform, 19. Grab the Gristle. Draw 7. We hit Shoal, that's lovely. Draw 7 more, we're at 5. And another Shoal. Pitch Thrasta. 37. Cards left in deck, that is. So we're at 17, we can draw 14 here. Okay. Let's go get the Worm out of the deck, which brings us down to 29. Shoal, pitch the Worm, draw 22 cards. So we want to cast one more Summoner's Pact if we can. Shoal, pitch. Where's a Chancellor? I know we have one in here. There we go. Let's play out these Riders because we can. Makes our hand a little bit thinner. A little bit, not a whole lot. Alright, draw. We'll draw again. This time we go down to 8 cards. There's a chance that if we do hit the... We didn't hit it anyway, but if we did hit... like, we can pick up our... We'll be fine. So we're going to go to 1 card left. I can use this Endurance and pitch the Veil. Target myself. We're at 4. Shoal. Pitch a Chancellor. Sack the land because I can. Draw. And now we've drawn through our entire deck, which I talked about in the deck tech is a pro of this list, that you can cycle through and you can always see your entire deck. So you don't have to worry about not drawing a card. Okay, we're playing out some Riders. Look at that. All 4 Rider in play. We'll add a black mana. Find that Springleaf Drum, cast it. Scroll back down to here. There's the Heritage Druid. So we'll tap this for a green. Play the Druid. Tap, tap, tap. Play the Thrasta. We'll Shoal pitch this because I can. Alright, and we've gained a bunch of life. Let's make the Thrasta huge. Casual 55-55, attack for 55, turn 1 on the play with a giant angry storm dinosaur. You don't see that in Jurassic Park. Alright, game 3 coming up. Do we want to change anything? I don't think so. I think our deck is already literally perfect, so let's resubmit. Okay, third game, our opponent reveals their Gigantha. This hand I don't think is going to be good enough. We have the Springleaf Drum to accelerate into evolution. My problem here is that we don't actually have access to Rider. But is this better than a random 6? They kept 7. I'm going to mulligan. This is a good one. We will keep this. Okay, and bottom the Thrasta. Or I think it's actually better to bottom the Wurm. Because if I have to pitch a green card to the Rider, I'd rather pitch Thrasta than the Wurm. Because I want to pitch the Wurm to a Nourishing Shoal. Turn 1 Saga, you got it. Spell Bomb. Okay, draw. And another Thrasta. Harvest, non-land. So we have a turn 2 if our opponent taps out. Saga's on 2 counters. No blue source, no blue source, no blue source. Come on. And they have the blue source. That's a bummer. Mishra's Bauble. And they're passing. Oh, main phase 2. Are you going to tap out for Shredder? Draw. Sure thing. Alright, Sanctum. So this is not a card I can beat with Veil of Summer, so I think I'm just going to pass here. You might be thinking, why not just put the Griselbrand into play? How am I going to pay for Pact? That's the real issue. If I have 3 lands, then it becomes less of a concern, and I can do it then. But right now, I just need a 3rd land in play. So now Saga comes, and if they get a Needle here, it's actually pretty awkward. If they just get a Cookbook, I don't really care that much. Okay, so we're going to see what the Saga gets. And they do get Needle. They name Griselbrand. There's Cookbook. Emery, geez. Okay. How am I going to beat this? This is actually really tough. Auto yield to this. I'm going to cycle the Veil of Summer here. Evolution. Draw. Another Pact. So at least, I guess with the Emery too, they can just keep on recycling. So I think I might actually just be locked out. Yep. So they don't be fooled. They didn't actually tap out here. They can make a treasure and still have the Spellbomb up. Yeah, I mean, I just can't do anything. What I need to do is immediately draw Boseiju. Sure. They just gave me a window if I had it, but I don't. Alright, draw. These draws have been bad. Pass the turn. Okay. And now they didn't buy back the Time Sieve because they had one in hand. Yep. I think they might have me here. They can untap the Emery and then bring back Bauble as well. Yeah, they have me on lockdown. I'm gonna save some time here. Alright, 0 and 1 to start this league off. I don't know, it would have taken a pretty good hand to beat this opening, but we just drew dead. Like, we had a couple windows, we didn't make it happen. It stinks. We did get a turn 1, but I'd rather have a match win. I'll see you in the second match. If you haven't joined them already, I would recommend opening up our description down below and joining our 7 social media networks. They're each great in their own way, but I would strongly suggest joining our Discord server. In there, you will find others just like you looking to improve their Storm game and grow as a combo community. If you're a member of our YouTube channel, you should sync your account to Discord to unlock our private member section that has the latest and greatest deck lists, concepts, and much, much more. Let's get back to comboing out. Match 2, we're on the draw again. This hand's pretty interesting because I usually like mulliganing hands with Griselbrand. That said, we have a land here, and then we have Abundant Harvest to get land number 2, which means we have to draw 1 land for Eldritch Evolution. We lost with this plan in the first match, but I think we're going to do just fine here. Uh-oh, Living End. Tough matchup, and they get to take our land here. Oh my, this is backbreaking. Wow. Just brutal. Oh, well, they didn't take our land. Good deal. You have another one? Am I being messed with here? They cycle, okay. Draw. So, this is a little bit crazy of a plan. I'm just going to pass. Because if they don't have a fast Living End, I can discard the Griselbrand. And I mean, they have to have Living End right now, which is kind of not realistic. So I can put Griselbrand to Graveyard, and then it punishes them for ever casting Living End. So we just go to discard this Griselbrand. Okay. So feel free to Living End if you want to now. They have 3 lands. Another Grief. Okay. You got it, opponent. 2 cards left. They take my Summoner's Pact. Not very nice. Are you going to put my Demon in play? They do not. Draw. Let's just play the tap land and pass the turn. 3 cards. Oh, now they're doing it. I will take a free Griselbrand. Thank you very much. It's one way to beat Living End. I think, honestly, we just win this now. Because I have 2 packs in my main deck, and they only have 1 pitch card that they could possibly cast here. Draw. Okay, let's do it. Mox Amber. I already drew the pact. Drum. Draw again. Okay. I have a Thrasta in the graveyard. Important to keep that in mind. Play my land for turn. Let's pitch the turn Timber and draw. Okay, I'm at 6. And I could go get the Worm now. Is that something I want to do? I think I'm just going to pitch and draw 7 again. Because my deck's already divisible of 7, so I don't really want to change that if I don't have to. There's the Endurance. Let's cast a Rider. We can get rid of Harvest and something else. Maybe this Evolution. Rider, pitch, pitch. Play another Rider, pitch this Harvest, and this Pact. We don't need a million packs. So I don't have the Fortifying Draft yet. So if I use this Shoal, I'll only have 1 Shoal left in my deck. Alright, let's pitch this with the Turn Timber. I don't know what to do here. I think I'm supposed to draw again. I go to 6. There's Zuran Orb, that's good. And there's the worm, a little bit late. I have one shoal. And I have not found the Fortifying Draught yet. It's worth noting that. That actually does matter. Alright, let's sack this land. This allows me to go to 1. Activate. And I hit the shoal. Alright, so we'll pitch the worm. Now I can activate twice. Use endurance. Pitch a Neoform. Put all my cards on the bottom. Good deal. Draw. Draw again. Love it. There's the Fortifying Draught. Gain some more life. Gain more life, because I can. You can't tell me otherwise. Play this elf. Tap some other elves. Play a Thrasta. How much? Plus 52? That's it? Alright. Well, I guess looking at this now, I should have pitched the Thrasta. In my head, for some reason, I can't give you a rational reason. I was like, I can't pitch this. I knew that I had it in hand, but for some reason I thought I was down to 1. Not a good excuse, but it's the truth. I thought that I couldn't pitch it for some reason, and it's just not true. So we're at 16. Let's just end it. So if our opponent has a force here, I can pact it. Get in there. Hiya. Alright, new strategy. Mulligan to Griselbrand, go to cleanup step. I mean, it will only take 12 turns to make it happen. No big deal. Alright, so we definitely want these copies of Endurance. I am interested in Pact of Negation and Veil of Summer. It's a lot of cards. So what do we board out? I think Chancellors are pretty easy to go. Could probably take out the Zern Orb. And that leaves us at 64. I mentioned this in the first round, I believe, but I've been liking taking out Serum Visions and leaving in Harvest for land consistency, but also green count. So just what I've been trying recently. I could always change that in the future, but for now I'm going to leave Harvest. Let's resubmit. And now we have quadruple Endurance. Let's see how that goes. I mean, if we draw Neoform or Evolution, it's fine. We have protection already. I think I'm going to try it. Who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky and draw Griselbrand for turn. You never know. They cycle Riverwinder. And turn 1 Grief. They remove Street Wraith. 4 cards left. I think the pick here is actually Abundant Harvest or Summoner's Pact. They take the Pact. Okay. Draw. Another Pact of Negation. Let's harvest. Non-land. Heyo! Welcome, Endurance. It's unfortunate that they know about it, though, because now they know to play around it. Draw. I'm just going to play this land. I don't want to Lightning Bolt myself, and it allows me to hardcast Endurance if I choose. 3 lands. Okay, draw. Another copy of Waterlogged Grove, that's interesting. Part of me wonders if I'm supposed to build up so that I can pay for a Pact of Negation mana. Alright, draw. Another Rider. I do think I'm going to build towards Pact mana. Alright, they choose not to play into the Endurance. Interesting. Draw. So I have the win with double Pact backup. They're at 4 cards in hand. I think I'm going to wait 1 turn cycle so I can sacrifice these Waterlogged Groves. 5 cards. Okay. Let's draw. Land. Let's try this again. Another land. That's a bummer. Draw. Evolution. I didn't even draw green cards. So I could go for Rider because, or I'd like the Evolution if possible because it doesn't get hit by Mystical Dispute, but I'm not even sure how good that is. And I could keep the Shoal around. Okay. We're going to see what I can do here. If they have triple counter backup, you got me. So that happened. Evolution. They have 5 cards in hand. I will attempt to pact. They have 4 cards, 2 cards now. I will pact again. Okay. I mean, if they've got it, I'm dead here. Evolution. Draw 7. Okay, draw 7 again. I'm at 6 life. Looking good. Shoal, we will pitch the Wurm. We're at 29 cards, so I'm going to use 1 pact here to make it a divisible of 7. Draw again. And then draw again down to 7 life. We had a couple shoals in here. Let's pitch 1 Thrasta. We still have 1 left. Play. Okay, they decided to concede. We beat Living End! We did it! How about that? And Endurance bought us enough time. Not that Leyline couldn't have that game, but that was sweet. Love it. We are 1-1. I never beat Living End, so cherish this moment with me, please. And I'll see you in the 3rd match. Don't go anywhere. Playing your favorite combo deck in Paper just got so much easier with the Epic Storm Mini Token Pack. You can pick one up at theepicstorm.com/shop for $13. It includes 64 double-sided mini tokens. That's 128 tokens total. And they include 10 black, 10 blue, 10 red, 5 green, 5 white, 3 colorless, 20 storm counters. That means that you can count your way all the way up to 20 for Grape Shot, everyone's favorite Stormwind condition, a Galvanic Relay Exile Indicator, 4 treasure tokens for Strike It Rich, and then 10 monk tokens for our vintage friends. It also has Slime Time Live, Ave Progenitor Ooze tokens with the power and toughness already built in to make playing in Paper so much easier. No fumbling around with dice. We've got you covered. Make sure to go grab those if you're playing Modern. And then Squirrels versus Goblins, Chatterstorm versus Empty the Warrens, the Battle of the Ages. You definitely need 20 Squirrel tokens and 20 Goblin tokens. You're going to love this mini token pack, I promise. And once again, you can grab that at theepicstorm.com/shop. Alright, we are facing Legacy Expert into play. I have no clue what they play in this format, but this hand is not a keep in my opinion. We're going to mulligan. And this hand is great. A nice clean turn 2 will bottom the Waterlogged Grove, and let's battle. Turn 1 Saga. Alright, draw. Pact, that's decent. We'll play a Sanctum and pass the turn. Saga's on 2. Of course they're copying things. Surprise, surprise, the 12 plus players playing Vesuva. Come on. Alright. Rider, we will pitch this Evolution in the Pact. And Neoform. Griselbrand. Draw. 44 cards. Draw again. Okay, I'm gonna... Yeah, we have 2 shoals. I think it's the correct choice to, risk it by casting a Summoner's Pact for the Wurm. And I have both Thrastas, so let's use 1. 36. So 1 more Summoner's Pact would be a divisible of 7. Okay, so we can cast this removing the turn timber. Let's play a rider, pitch these two. I'm just trying to clean up my hand as I go. Play this. Let's draw 7 more. 7 more. Zern Orb. Alright, so now we can make our deck 14 cards, grab a Chancellor. Cast this, why not? Pitch, pitch. Draw, draw. Play the drum. Cast Shoal, removing a Chancellor. Tap for green. Where's my Heritage Druid? There we go. Gotta show people that we love elves, right? And now we find Thrasta. There she is. Give Thrasta plus 43, plus 43, and swing in for an even 50 damage. Love it. Okay. Now we just have to get a post-board game. I don't think these Pact Negations will be cards we need in this matchup, so I'm going to board in all 4 copies of Boseiju, and then take out 2 copies of Turn Timber Symbiosis. Submit. Okay, so we have Boseiju, and we have Neoform. The only thing this hand actually needs is a blue source. I think that this hand is worth the risk. Let's go. They have their own copy of Boseiju. Amulet, okay. Draw. Okay, deck. We need to find a blue source. Can I have one, please? Okay. So there's an amulet. Draw. That technically gets me a blue source, assuming I don't hit another Boseiju. Land. I need them to not turn 3 me then. 1 green. Simic Growth Chamber. Okay. You got it. Azusa. Yep. Alright, so assuming that they have the, what is it called? The Titan, it's pretty fair to say that I'm probably dead. I do have a surprise gain 15 life. That is true. But I have to get to that point. Okay. Now they can activate the castle. Summoner's Pact. They have the prime time. So they can get the Boros Garrison and then the, what is it called? Why am I not better with words? The land that taps for Boros mana and gives +2/+0 in haste. Interesting. So they did not get the land that gives haste. Instead, they're just going to grab Teleria West. 2 mana here. Wow, that hurts. That was a really good line. This is the first time, and you could choose not to believe me, this is the first time I've been punished for not having the breeding pool in the deck. Alright, you got me. So now we have 10 blue sources I can draw. That was not a blue source. Alright. I mean, theoretically I could live. Alright, Boros Garrison has entered. Alright, I'm going to hit the F6 key, and I can always un-F6. Alright, so they're attacking. Alright, they do get the sun home. This is not lethal. Sure. So I get a chance to live here. I almost conceded. So if I draw a blue source, there's a good chance I win. We have 10 of them left in the deck. Alright, another Simic Growth Chamber. Okay. 4 mana. We know that they still have a Chaleria West, so they can actually just go get Besage and then blow up my land and I'm dead. And the opponent sees the line. Yep, okay. You got it. Let's see if I would have drawn it anyway. Draw? Nope. Okay. So we're going to game 3. Going to leave it as is. And you can choose not to believe me, but really, that is the first time not having the breeding pool has mattered for me. Where I was playing the pool the first like 2, maybe 3 months I played this deck, and I constantly was bit by the 2 damage, and I just decided to move on. Sure, let's keep this. I do have to find the Neoform effect, but I think that this hand has a lot of play to it. Alright, so let's play the Harvest. Whoops, can't cast it that way. Non-land. I guess it's a green card. We really just want to draw a Neoform, though. Turn 1 Saga. Draw. Play the Grove, so that way we can just draw another card, try to hit it. Saga on 2. Okay. Draw a card. Not the Neoform. Alright, so we have to survive a turn, but we have Evolution. So I can Besage you to blow up the... What is it called? The Amulet, but I think they get an untapped trigger still. Ooh, they got Map. Why would you get Map here? Do you already have the Amulet? This doesn't make sense to me. Sure. So now they get to put in Growth Chamber. Alright, I will not use Besage then. Alright, we get to go for it. Draw. Another Besage. Rider will pitch Double Pact. I think I'd rather have the Endurance. Excuse me. Play Evolution. Grab the Gristle. Draw. We hit Shoal, that's good. Draw 7 more. We're at 33. So this is actually important because this is one of those games where we are not at a divisible of 7, and even if we had a bunch of packs, we couldn't get there. So the endurance will matter a lot in this game. Draw. Draw again. 19 cards left. Did we hit the worm? We did hit the worm! That's lovely. But we cannot pitch this other Thrasta. That would be bad. Alright, let's play out this. Okay, 19 life, 19 cards in deck. Draw. Draw again. Some kind words from our opponent, who's just a super nice person. If you're interested in Legacy Cloud Post content, go check out Into Play. A ton of really, really sweet, Cloud Post based stuff. Every once in a while, they'll play like mono black decks as well. But hey, we are 2-1. That's what you love to see. Let's see if we can, maybe get the next 2. Finish this strong. Hey, you're still watching. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. If you're looking to make a purchase from Card Hoarder, TCG Player, or Amazon and are looking to support us, you can open up our description down below, and in there you will find our affiliate links. Those same links are found on the homepage of the Epic Storm. But that's not all. We've included a Card Hoarder button on our website that will load the Epic Storm in your Card Hoarder cart to make life simple for you. Why not? Let's get this one too. We're on the play. Mulligan. So we have access to Rider. We have 2 lands. We don't have a Neoform effect. So should we go to 5? Yeah, I'm going to. This is better than the first 2, so let's try it. Bottom. So the green cards that you keep are likely going to be pitched. So I think what we do is we do something like this. Alright. Waterlogged Grove into Serum Visions, we go to 19. So there's Rider, which was perfect. Now we just need a land. So I'm going to bottom both of these, hoping to spike a land for turn. And if I don't, I can harvest for a land. Verdant Catacombs. Uh-oh. No! That is crippling. Wow. That hurts. Okay. Draw. Let's get a land. Pass the turn. So we need land and a green card in order to win. This Zernorb is a pretty big stinker. Blast Zone. I think this is like the mono black Karn deck, if I had to guess. And they suspend Profane Tutor, so yeah, it is. Alright, so we hit our green card. I still need to draw land 3, or draw into actual Neoform. They play a map, and another map. Cabal Coffers. Come on, deck, please. Draw. Oh, I actually needed another green card. I'm short. I don't have it at the moment. I can play Rider, but I can't Evolution. Stupid Zernorb. And now they get to unsuspend Profane Tutor, so I'm probably just dead Zo here. I needed to basically hit runner there, and I hit a runner, just the Zernorb stopped me. Because what our opponent can do here is they just get Thoughtseize, and then use Expedition Map to get Urborg. And then they're pretty much set up for the rest of the game. So this was my one-turn window, and I think I missed it. Let's see what they do. And they should use map, and they do. So now they go get Urborg. They do that, and now they play a discard spell that they got off the Profane Tutor. Yep. So they discard the Evolution. So we have a line here, and I mean, it's pretty narrow. But we could sacrifice the Grove on the end step. So we need to draw into exactly green card Neoform. Let's undo. I can tap this for black off the Coffers mana, or the Urborg mana. Draw card. Something. Draw. Tap this for black. Play a drum. So we need to draw a green card, and I could theoretically still be in this. Field of Ruin, that's super good against me. Karn, which shuts off my drum. Yeah, I think I'm done here. Liquid metal coating. Alright, you got me. That was a bummer. I had a couple windows and I just missed it. Alright, so we want Veil of Summer. I definitely want these Besagus. Take out the packs. And now we're at 66. I like boarding out Turn Timbers. And then I have to find 2 more slots. Which I think are going to be Zernorb. I don't think this is really Zernorb matchup. It has nothing to do with me drawing it and it's being bad there. It's just you want a higher quality of effective cards. And I think we want to keep the Endurance as well. So I think you probably shave like a Serum Visions here or even a Chancellor. But I like Chancellor when on the play. I think against the discard deck, I just value the extra card a little bit higher. Yes, you reduce your turn 1 rate, but it's only by 1 Chancellor. Okay. So we have Rider, and the rest of the sand is unkeepable. So they kept 7. Guess we try this. I'm just going to hold open Veil of Summer. Pass the turn. Swamp. Okay, Veil. Cryptic Command. We hit land 2. Pretty good. Draw. Let's cast a Visions. There we go. Put the Pact on top. And I'm going to cast this now. Ooh, and I like the evolution underneath as a backup. That's really nice. Put this on top. So by keeping that on top, by drawing this, we don't have to pitch the draft because we only have one draft in the deck. They suspended. We should be able to win here. All right, so pitch. Blue. Green. Neoform. Get the demon. Draw 7. Draw 7 again. Play a Mox. We did hit a Shoal. Play the drum. 34. So we're 1 card underneath a divisible of 7. But we already have the draft, so I don't know how much that matters. Part of me just thinks that maybe I just discard here and then kill them on my turn. Like, I have Veil of Summer Protection. Okay. I guess maybe I should have played a Rider. That was dumb. Yeah, I should have just played out a Rider. Could have played that a little bit better. Alright, we will Veil that. The opponent casts Cling to Dust. Sure. Draw. Play land. Let's search our deck for the Worm. And then pitch. And then cast the draft. Huge Angry Demon. Hiya, 25-25. Sweet. Okay. On the draw, so when we're on the draw, we really want the highest quality of cards we can have in our deck. So part of me thinks that maybe I just board out Chancellors and just like bring back in lands. So that way we don't mulligan as often. I think this is the plan. We have a lot of lands in our deck right now, but not mulliganing is so crucial. Yeah, keep. We have 3 lands, Evolution, and the Rider. When it takes a mulligan to 6. Let's go. Swamp. Thoughtseize. Pick should be Evolution. Let's see what they do. They do take the Evolution. 4 cards in hand. Draw. Rider. I wonder if I should just play out the Rider right now, like pitch these 2. I don't know what sort of removal that deck has, but I do know that they have discard. Let's do it. Choo-choo, beat down. If I get Collector Brutality here, oh. I don't think the deck plays it, but these mono black players, you never know what they'll actually put in their deck. Thoughtseize, so they hit my Thrasta. But if I draw Neoform, I don't care about that. So playing this out worked. Come on, Neoform off the top rope. Veil of Summer. Alright, take 3. Pass. They're going to use map, okay. Is this Urborg or Coffers? Urborg, okay. They're just going to pass. Draw. Let's play the Churn Timber. Get in for 4. I mean, if I beat down with the Rider, I would love that for a win. Can't do a whole lot about that. So they got the cantrip off the Cling to Dust. They have Coffers. I can't respond to this adding mana because it's not... I mean, you can't respond to mana abilities. So... I can kick the Veil. Or they kick this, but I can cast Veil and cancel that. What's Veil of Summer? Drew another land. Question is, do I want to blow up Cabal Coffers? I guess I don't have to decide that right now. I can take a draw and see what my options are. Draw. The Demon. Attack for 5, which puts them to 4. Or I can blow up the Urborg, and then this land sucks. I like that. Okay. Pass the turn. Am I going to win with a 5/5 Rider? They have 3 cards. They cannot escape Cling. Costs 4 mana. Right now, this doesn't tap for mana. So they have 3 mana at the moment. And they conceded! Yes! Rider gets there! We are 3-1 off the back of Beatdown. I mean, I've always described NeoBrand as a beatdown deck, and I'm sure all of you watching agree. Let's see if I can win the 5th match. If you're looking for more great Magic the Gathering content, definitely check out the Eternal Glory podcast. It is myself, Bryant Cook, alongside Brian Koval and Phil Gallagher. We primarily discuss Legacy. That said, a lot of what we talk about transcends all formats. We're available on all major podcast platforms. Alright, well this is awkward. I mentioned my good friend Adam in the beginning of this video who I've been working on the deck with. Well, we queued into Adam. So this is the NeoBrand mirror, and our 60 card main decks are exactly the same. Our sideboards are a little bit different. Adam doesn't want to pay for Besage, so he's running Wilt and a bunch of cards like that, but otherwise, this is the mirror. We're on the draw, which is such a huge disadvantage. And here we're going to 5. Come on, deck. Going to 4. Okay, so if I draw a green card, this is a turn 1? This is a turn 1 if I draw a green card for turn. Okay, we gotta believe. We gotta believe. Sanctum? Come on, deck, please. Please, come on! Yes! Oh! We can't turn 1 because we drew Heritage Druid. That sucks. Oh my god. That was like actual terrible. Oh no. So I can put Griselbrand into play, but I can't pay for Pact because I drew the Druid. Oh, come on. Oh. That sucks. I got so excited that it was a green card that I didn't think about it for a split second. Jeez, we're dead. Guess we have to hope that Adam fizzles. There's the Rider. Wait, Adam just conceded? What? Okay, that was strange. How do we play in the mirror? Well, Besagio actually becomes super good because it's just land destruction. So, I think we board out packs. I think we just call it there. Let's resubmit. High quality testing for Star City Games Syracuse, the the NeoBrand mirror. This is a turn 1 if we draw exactly Rider. Are these the sort of hands I should be keeping? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. We have 8 hits here. Okay, let's see if I can hit. I guess it's also good if I just draw into Besagio because I can blow up Adam's land on the first turn. So I technically have 12 good hits here. 1 on top, 1 on the bottom. Draw. Another Neoform. That stinks. Play the gemstone. Pass the turn. So I could immediately play and sacrifice the Waterlogged Grove, but it doesn't actually help me, so there's no point in doing that. Okay, 5 cards in Adam's hand. Am I dead? Draw. Visions. Cast it. Bottom these. Ouch. Abundant Harvest. Non-land. Alright, so this game, my strategy of hit one of my 8 outs has not worked, and I'm probably dead here. 3 mana. There's the Rider. And Adam boarded in Sky Turtles to pitch. I guess it does bounce Griselbrand. Okay, so hit the shoal on the worm. Adam can still draw 14 cards off Griselbrand here. Okay. There's a Summoner's Pact, which brings the deck down to an even divisible of 7. Still 1 activation to go. Shoal pitching Thrasta. We're probably dead now. Yep, that means that Adam can draw the entire deck. I'm good to pick it up. Okay. Game 3 coming up. I still think I want the Besieges on the play. Okay, game 3, the last game of this league. So we have Evolution, we have a Chancellor, but this is a turn 3. Do we think that's good enough here? Alright, Adam says that they misclicked their pitch card in game 1, which is why they conceded. Okay, I didn't bother looking. So is a turn 3 good enough? It also assumes that we draw a land. I'm going to mulligan. Garbage hand. We're going to go to 5. Alright, going to 5. So this is a turn 2 if I can draw into a mana source. So we'll keep this. Okay, we have to draw land. Pass the turn. Botanical Sanctum. I did board in 2 extra lands here, for what it's worth, so we go from 11 lands up to 17. So I have 16 hits out of 55 cards. About 30%? Which is Nourishing Shoal. Oh no, they reveal Nourishing Shoal to the harvest, my bad. According to Google, 55 divided by 16 is 34% to hit. We know that the bottom 2 are not hits. So I don't know if you're supposed to factor that in or not. Adam pitched Heritage Druid and Shoal. Or am I looking at this wrong? No, Adam pitched Shoal Druid. That's so weird. Alright, draw. Damn. Alright, I have to pass the turn. I'm probably dead. Well, actually, Adam pitched the Druid. I don't think I can die from here. Oh, Adam has the worm. That's got to be it. Adam's holding open the Colossal Sky Whale to stop me from winning. I see. I understand what's going on here. I'm going to wait. I can win next turn through the whale. It's going to be tough, but it's possible. Harvest. Okay. I'm going to take 4 here. That's actually kind of brutal, because that means I only get 1 activation off Griselbrand. Alright, draw. Alright, so pitch. And we'll put Griselbrand into play. Okay, activate. And there should be a Sky Turtle that bounces this Griselbrand. There it is. So I draw 7. And I drew the other Griselbrand, which is so bad. So if I play the Rider here as defense, I can't Endurance back into the Griselbrand on my turn. So we're going to go to discard. I have to allow the Rider to hit me here. I don't have a choice. I can't win the game due to drawing both Gristles. So also Adam's at the point where we are dead to Eldritch Evolution because Adam can just play an untap land and doesn't need, or I guess technically with the Druid that doesn't work. Okay, didn't attack. Adam's at 10. Land. I guess Adam can go Amber into Drum, Thrasta, attack for 7. That would be the play. Gets the Summoner's Pact for the Worm. Okay. 11. Sure, you can have Azure Orb. 4 life. Rider. Another Shoal. 4 life. 10 cards left. Adam's digging for the second copy of Sky Turtle. Interesting. So this says I'm going to win this turn. I don't see a win. Unless Adam left in Pact of Negation, so Adam could pact my Shoal. I'd be shocked if Adam left in Pact of Negation, though. Okay. Sure. Here's the Druid. It's in exile. I can see it. Did Adam forget that he pitched it? Okay. Sure. It's got to be Pact of Negation. I don't think Adam would forget about the Druid. That's Thrasta. So Thrasta attacks. It's got to be Pact of Negation. Pitched my own Thrasta. Did Adam just die? Adam has 3 pack triggers. So I'll take 7. Okay, so I'm going to go to 11 here. Okay. Adam said that he did not forget about exiling the Druid, that he just wanted to attack with Thrasta, and if I had it, I had it. But I want to see if I can win on my own without Adam's pack triggers killing him, because I can Endurance this stuff back. I think I end up being short on green cards, but I want to see if I can do it. Alright, draw for turn. We need a green card. It's, once again, not a green card I want to pitch, though, so I think that's actually a problem. So we have to get Endurance here. Endurance, pitch the Chancellor. Yeah, it's the fact that I drew the Heritage Druid. I'm in the same boat where I can't actually win this turn because I drew exactly Druid. It's weird how that happened twice this match. So we can cast the Rider, but I pitched the Druid. So it ends up not mattering. Okay, so we're just going to let Adam's pack triggers kill him. Draw. And we wouldn't have been able to win anyway. That's the turn. What a weird match. This was fun. I'm glad that this happened. I don't know. It's so strange. I love that it was recorded. Endurance. Sure. It doesn't matter. And triple pack trigger. Adam bounces my Griselbrand. Cool. Die to your own pack triggers, Adam. I'm just going to F6 through this. Adam can sacrifice all the lands he wants, but he is DED, dead. Okay. I think Adam just wants to make a really big creature and then concede, which is fine. I don't mind. Summoner's Pact, you got it. What's another pack trigger? You know, no big deal. Technically, it would be next turn, which isn't going to happen, but whatever. It's fine. Sky Turtle, sure. Alright, while Adam's memeing, let's go look at the deck list. Alright, so would I change anything? I don't think so. I actually think that this configuration is pretty locked in. Like I mentioned, the only difference in my list and Adam's list is the Cyborg Besages. Adam has a Foundation Breaker, 2 Wilt, or maybe it's 3 Wilt. I think Besages just better overall. But otherwise, our lists are exactly the same. And it's been fun working with Adam on it, so I do appreciate that. Let me know what you think in the comment section. So we finished this 4-1, which is really, really awesome. I mean, the first round was a little bit of a bummer. Adam passed priority. Let's see what's going on here. All right, still memeing. I'll let Adam keep on doing his thing, I guess. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you got it. Love it. Wonder if Adam's like trying to time out the hard way. Alright, I'm going to call it. I'm not going to make everyone sit through this, but thank you for watching. I'm going to record a Lotus Breach video, so stay tuned for that, and then I will have a poll where you can vote on which deck I should play in Star City Games Syracuse. So keep an eye out this week. I hope you enjoyed the modern content, and as always, keep storming or neo-branding, whatever you're into. Cheers. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.